Hey guys, it's Carol here. Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, I'm Carol. It's nice to meet you. Welcome. I stay in Houston with my son and my husband and our little pug, Paws. So today's video is going to be a collab with one of my really great friends here on YouTube, Mallory. I love her. I'll put a picture of her right here or something. And I found her through her tutorials, and I just love her. She's a really genuinely sweet person, so I highly recommend checking her out. I think you'll love her. Subscribe so you can catch all her like awesome stuff that she does. And yeah, so she's going to be doing face brushes, and I'm going to be doing my eye brush collection today. So the last video we did, I'll link that below. I did my face brushes and she did her eye brushes, and she has more like high-end and I have more drugstore than I do high-end. So that's why we did this collab together, and I'm glad that she did it with me. So yeah, so here's part 2, and let's just get started. Okay, so the first ones I have here, this is one of my go-to brushes. It's by e.l.f. It's their professional eyeshadow brush. That's what the brush looks like. Now, I will say it's not the softest brush in the world, but that's okay. It's just $1 and it really does the job for me well. It really picks up the eyeshadow in great amounts. That way I just kind of pat it on to the inner part of my lid. So this is my go-to brush for like my lighter shades, more of like my skin tone color shades. Every now and then if I'm in a hurry, I'll kind of highlight a little bit right underneath my brow bone, but this is great. I should definitely get like a backup. And just a heads up, none of these brushes that I'm going to share with you today, none of them shed, so that's great. So yeah, $1, got mine at Target, and you can also get it off eyeslipsface.com. So definitely recommend this brush. It's not like, it doesn't feel ugly or anything, it's just not the softest brush, but that's okay. It does its job well for me. This one is by Urban Decay, so that looks like, it's like a flat shader brush. And this one came in my Naked Palette one. This one I use for the outer third to apply darker color. And it works really nicely. I love it. It's also one of my go-tos. So yeah, there's that one. Okay, when I left my travel bag in San Antonio a few weeks ago, I needed, you know, to go get a couple more shadow brushes. So I picked this one up. It's the Ulta Eye Shadow #1 brush. That's what that tip looks like. And there's that part. To kind of, you know, substitute my Urban Decay brush. And I still prefer my Urban Decay brush. I still feel like the Urban Decay brush picks up more of the eyeshadow than this one does. But for $2, you know, I'm not really going to complain. It doesn't shadow me or anything. It's just, you know, my Urban Decay one I prefer more, and my e.l.f. one I prefer more. So there's that one. Also from Ulta, where is it? Here it is. I picked up the #2 eyeshadow brush, and that's what that one looks like. It's a lot thinner than the #1, and this one I use for like the darkest color when I'm putting eyeshadow, like just right here for that definition, you know, that darkest color right there. So works well for that. Again, it's not like they're not the best for picking up pigment or eyeshadow, but they're not bad. So, you know, for $2, that's okay. I'm okay with that, as long as it doesn't shed on me. That's what I get really peeved about. All right, here next I have my Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman. I'll link their information below in case you don't know about them. And this is their shading brush, and that's that one. I love this brush. I use it all the time. It's a go-to for my outer definition when I'm defining, you know, doing my eyeshadow work right here on the outside. I love it. It's dense enough to pick up enough pigment. It's small enough. It's just, the shape of it is perfect for me and my eyelids. So I just love this brush. And I don't know how much it costs. I'll try to, you know, annotate it or something, but I just love this. So highly recommend checking that out. I love my Real Techniques brushes. I've got quite a bit. All right, next I have an Ecotools. It's called their Shade Brush. And that's what this one looks like. It's just kind of a, you know, a tinier version of my Real Techniques, and a thinner version too than that. I don't reach for this one, I'm going to be honest, not much at all anymore, but you know, it could work up here for like a highlight there, or even here, or even to do like detailed work right there, you know. It's just not something I reach for all the time, to be honest, but you know, just keeping it real. Also have by Real Techniques their Detailer brush. And let's see, is that showing up? That's what that one looks like. It's a dual fiber brush, so I actually use this for, you know, lipstick. It's rare that I need to use this, but it's okay. You can also, you know, do some, not concealer, what am I trying to say? Highlighting work with this, because it is kind of, you know, very precise in its shape. So those are some ideas for that one. Here's one that I love. This is a go-to for me. It's Sonia Kashuk's number 109. I believe this is called a blending brush or something. And it's just like, it's tapered, as you can see, and it's fluffy, and it just works really great for, I like to apply like a blending color between the brow bone and my crease. A lot of times I love peach, and I've been doing that a lot lately, and it's just, I just love this brush. It has multi-functions in terms of blending for your eyeshadow. Love it. Highly recommend that. I think it was around $6. Got it at Target. And then this is one that used to be my go-to. It's Ecotools Highlight Brush. And this is a lot more dense than that one. It's not as fluffy as that one, or giving. But this can work as a blending brush, and I used it for so long before I got my Sonia Kashuk. As soon as I got my Sonia Kashuk recently, I just reach for that one all the time now. But this isn't a bad brush. I used it forever and loved it forever. So that's what I used it for. Then I have here, this is Up and Up's, the Target brand. This is their blending brush. It doesn't say anything on this, but on the packaging, this is what it looks like. They call it their crease brush. Okay, and I just picked this one up recently for a friend of mine. So yeah, love this brush. Doesn't shadow me or anything, and just kind of gets right in there to blend any color I've put right here, just to kind of do some windshield wiper motion and try to get that color over there. It works great for that because it is nice, and it's like, it has the right amount of density, but the right amount of fluffiness in there. So this is a great brush. It doesn't shadow me. I know I keep repeating that, but you know, that's important, you know? All right, Ecotools Crease Brush. Now this is an interesting brush because it's a little fluffy, not super. It's kind of like the sister or cousin, maybe I should say, to this brush. So it's kind of the same amount of fluffiness, but it has a different shape, as you can see here. So what I use this one for when I do use it is I take, if I just want to kind of smooth this little part out right there and just blend it, that's all I do. That's it, and I'm done. So just to kind of not make it as sharp, but sometimes I really like that sharp look. So I don't use it all the time, but when I do want to kind of have it a little softer, that's what I do. All right, this is not one I have reached for in a very long time. It's my e.l.f. Contour Brush. And it's just this domed shaped brush, very dense. What I used to use it for is just kind of this outer part right here, but I just love my Real Technique so much that I just never reach for this anymore. Yeah, so, you know, some people do like it a lot. It's just not one that I, you know, reach for. It's not my go-to, you know what I mean? If I lost it, I'd be okay. It wouldn't be like, oh, dang it, you know what I mean? And then I have the Ecotools Smudge Brush, and that's what that one looks like. And this one is just a very small little smudger brush. So I like to smudge out either liner or apply some eyeshadow right here with that, and it works perfectly for that. It's quite dense. It's not super fluffy, so it's really great at just kind of, you know, brushing in that color. So this is a brush I reach for all the time. Then I have my setting brush from Real Techniques, and this one's a nice big fluffy brush. It's pretty big, as you can see. I use this one to apply my matte colored, why do I keep saying concealer? Highlighting shade, just right here. You can also use this to set your under eye concealer if you would like. I don't do that, but for those who set their under eye concealer, this is a nice little brush for that. Or before, I have kind of put some powder right in this little area to try to conceal my pores and things like that. But for my everyday use, this is what I reach for it, to do that right there, just to kind of put my blending color up there on my brow bone, just for a little softness. The one I used to use for that is my Ecotools Blend Brush. It's got an interesting shape, as you can see. It's kind of big. So I used to use that for that, but and I still do sometimes. But the one I reach for all the time for that is this one. Every now and then I'll pull this one out just to show it some love, you know? Then I have here, I'm almost done, 2 more left, e.l.f.'s Small Angled Brush. This is a nice little angled brush. I just really use it every now and then to apply eyebrow color, like if I use an eyeshadow for that, which is rare, but you know, that's all I've used it for so far. I don't reach for it all the time. It's rare that I do that, but you know, it's fine for when I do. It's only $3 too. All right, lastly, I have Real Techniques, their Lash Brow Groomer, and that's what this looks like. You have here your comb for the lashes, just to kind of comb through them, groom them, and if there's any leftover mascara, this kind of, as you can see, it kind of sticks to that. And then it came with a little brush for your brows. I don't really use this brush because it's quite big, but it's there if you need it. This is, you know, very inexpensive brush anyway, so it's kind of handy to have. But yeah, so those are all my brushes. Thanks. Oh. We're still with each other. We're good. Okay. So yeah, thanks for joining me today, guys. Hint, hint. Make sure to watch my favorites, my current favorites video coming up soon, because I'm going to have a little giveaway on some of my favorite brushes. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and don't miss that. And that's really it. Questions, anything else you want to say, leave them in the comments down below, and check my description box for all other information. All right? Remember to check out Mallory's video for her face brushes, and we'll both link our other videos for the other brushes down below too. Alrighty? Have a great day, guys. Bye!